Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia's 14th general elections are looming. This time, almost unprecedentedly, they will see the two great Malay political parties, the United Malays National Organisation, UMNO, and the Malaysian Islamic Party, PA, working implicitly as allies, not rivals. The fate of Malaysian politics, despite the nation's ethnic diversity, is decided by the political competition between these two Malay political parties that compete for Malay votes. This truth is ever more pronounced as Malay demographic predominance continues to increase due to high Malay birth rates, immigration of Indonesian and others who become Malays in political terms, and the emigration of many middle-class non-Malays discouraged by growing Malay power and Islamist domination of Malaysian life. Malay domination is also entrenched by gross electoral malapportionment. Non-Malay voters tend to be corralled within very large urban electorates, while Malays in the rural heartlands generally vote in much smaller constituencies. For decades, with a brief and failed truce in the 1970s, UMNO and PA have been implacable adversaries, bitter rivals for Malay votes and the ability to set the Malay and national agenda. In general, UMNO has sought to be more moderate and conciliatory towards non-Malays while heading the Malay-dominated governing coalitions, first the Alliance Party until 1969 and the Barisan Nasional, BN, since then. PA has always sought to promote a more assertively Islamic, and in recent times Islamist, agenda with appeals to the religious idealism and the political insecurity of the nation's Malay voters. PA has never come to national power through elections. But it has sought to use elections to mobilize the mass Malay vote against UMNO and undermine UMNO's political credibility and authority. This great rivalry has deep historical roots. The evolution of Malay national politics. Modern Malay national politics evolved in the early 20th century in three forms. The first was the Islamic reformist, grounded in the scattered institutions of traditional Malay Islamic education. Then came the Malay national populist, a movement of Malay school teachers, writers, and academics, in tone left-wing and regionally pan-Malay. And finally the elite movement of the old state sultanate circles, educated at prestigious English-language schools and gradually recruited into the British colonial administration. By the time PA was formed and began to contest UMNO for Malay leadership, their opposition expressed the continuing split between these three pre-World War II Malay political styles. UMNO represented the projection of the old Malay administrative elite into modern politics in the pursuit of state power. PA embodied an often uneasy alliance full of unresolved tensions between the Islamist and the radical Malay populist forms of Malay nationalism. This has been the basic structure of post-independence Malay politics, a contest between these two parties as inheritors, champions, and renovators of those core political traditions. In Malaysia's most notable elections, including 1969, 1999, 2008 and 2013, the political authority and room to maneuver of UMNO was severely curtailed by PA's success in depriving UMNO of as much as one-half of the overall Malay vote.